Live.
Uh-oh. Did we just lose Will as we went
I
live?
think so. I think we lost Will.
All right. Well, do we want to?
He'll,
Oh,
he'll be coming back in. I'm here. I'm here still. We are
I
live
found
though.
him.
He's back. You guys are
Yes, he's
good.
back. Back again.
They can't hear me
I
by
thought
the
you
way,
guys were
so you're
gone.
good.
No, it's your
Nope.
fault. You did
It
it.
was all you.
All right. Anyway, I was just letting it rip. We had UFC Fight Night coming up this Saturday. Derek Lewis, Taliesin Teixeira. We might get into some
Tanner,
PFL
they can
stuff
only
after
hear
that.
me, or you can only
We
hear
have
me.
Tanner Dunphy, George Novo. We are the Mixed Martial Idiots.
Give
Let's
me a
go.
5-minute warning.
All right. As Will
Hey,
said,
Will,
we
it's just
have
me. Give me a 5-minute warning. towards the
preview
end.
for Lewis versus Teixeira. It's going to be a great card. There's some sleepers on this for sure. A lot of names that we've been seeing a lot lately over the past year, 2 year, popping up again. So starting us off, we've got a women's strawweight bout between Fatima Klein and Melissa Martinez. This is one of those pick'em fights. I mean, both these women have one loss. I think it's 8-1 versus 7-1. They're both young up and comers. Um, what I've seen out of Fatima when looking into her, I liked a little bit more than what I've seen out of Melissa Martinez. But again, it's a real pick 'em fight. So I'm going with Fatima Klein on this one. The Archangel. What do you got, Will?
Man, I don't know. They're both. Melissa Martinez has 5 knockout victories in her career. Fatima Klein has 3. They're coming in there to do the thing. They're going to throw hands, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you're fighting a Mexican fighter and your game plan is just to throw hands, I'm going with the Mexican fighter. I'm going with Melissa Martinez. I think her boxing's better. I don't look for this to hit the ground, honestly. I think her takedown defense is too good for Fatima to get her down. And look for Melissa to piece her up from range.
I don't know, man. She's under that Silver Fox BJJ. She's got to have good jiu-jitsu under her.
Melissa Martinez is out of that Bone Breakers MMA in Mexico.
Let's see. What you got, George?
Man, I feel like the vibe on this one is this is going to be a curtain jerker. And it's like watching two caffeinated squirrels fight over the last acorn. Klein's got that scrappy, never say die energy, and Martinez is out here throwing hands like she's auditioning for Street Brawl World Star. I think Fatima's going to channel her inner Tasmanian devil and spin kick Martinez into next week's highlight reel. Martinez might land a few, but she's about to get caught in Klein's chaos bender. Bet on Klein to win by decision after a scrap that looks like a bar fight at a yoga retreat. Fatima's got more grit than Nashville hot chicken sandwiches, baby.
Nice.
Okay. Next up at 155 in the lightweight division, we have Mike Davis fighting Mitch Ramirez. I like what I've seen out of Mike. He's a heavy-handed fighter. Mitch, we've seen him struggle with heavy-handed people, heavy-legged people. His last fight, he got stopped via leg kicks. Before that, he got stopped by Carlos Prates, but that's
Yeah.
Carlos Prates. So I'm going with Mike Davis on this one. We got Will.
Yeah, I'm going to lean the side of Mike Davis, too, because, I mean, in his last fight, he lost a close decision to Faraz Ziam. And he's just a complete fighter everywhere. He's got a very good ground game. If you're looking at the odds here, he's a minus 1,100 favorite. So Mitch Ramirez, he's going to want to stand and bang, as you said. Carlos beat him up, and some other guys knocked him around. He's going to be kind of a punching bag for Mike Davis. Mike Davis, complete mixed martial artist. He's got the stand-up takedown defense. He could actually get Ramirez on his back, and that would be terrible for Ramirez. Mike Davis has a complete submission game. Yeah, at minus, you got to go Mike Davis here. It would be a massive upset if Ramirez pulled it off.
Not that we haven't seen those, but
Not that we haven't seen those.
what do you got?
Man, Davis is a human buzzsaw, cutting through opponents with precision. And Ramirez is a guy who walks into the octagon like he just chugged a Red Bull and watched Rocky for the first time. I think Davis is going to light Ramirez up, kind of like a 4th of July sparkler. Ramirez might throw some wild haymakers, but he's going to get schooled by Davis's stick and move masterclass. I think this is going to be a knockout in round 2, and Ramirez might be wondering why he didn't stick to making TikTok dances.
Damn. Okay, next up we have a women's bout. This is at 125 or flyweight, and it's Lauren Murphy versus Eduarda Mora. Lauren Murphy is a grizzled veteran.
She's so
But,
grizzled. So much grizzle.
Yeah, if you look at her, you just think grizzled. Anyways, I got to go with Mora on this one. I think her loss to Denise Gomes was a close fight. I think she's gonna be hungry in this fight, and I think Lauren's been fighting at the top, and she's been struggling to fight at the top. I'd like to see the young up and comer keep rising the ranks, so I'm going with Mora on this one. What do you got, Will?
Oh man, just Lauren Murphy's 41 years old, guys. So she's got a lot of miles. She's fought for the belt against Shevchenko, came up short, obviously. Eduarda, 11 wins, 1 loss, 4 knockout wins, 5 submissions. I just can't think of a more complete challenge for Lauren Murphy to face at this stage in her career. We might see Lauren Murphy lay the gloves down. I think I'm going to go. I don't know if Eduarda is going to get her out of there. That's how tough Lauren Murphy is. I wouldn't call it a finish. But if she goes and invests in the body early and can keep Lauren from getting a hold of her, she might actually get her out of there. So I don't see a path for Lauren to win.
I don't know, man. If she grits her teeth, man, and grinds her down like she's making coffee, maybe she could win this. Mora's got skills, man, but she's stepping into Murphy's octagon of pain, man. Like you said, I think this will be a decision win for her. I don't think she'll get her out of there, and hopefully it's not like a one-sided beatdown. Like, you don't want to see like what happened to like Meatball Molly, something like that again.
Ugh.
Yeah.
If she can't find her on the feet, it might look like that.
Yeah.
No shade. I love her. I love Lauren Murphy. She's had a great run. She's 16-6. She's had a great showing of herself. So there's nothing but respect for the woman. But
Watched her since she got in the UFC. I mean,
right. There's no shade, but that's how the sport goes, right? The new come in and the old go away.
Whoever the matchmaker is, I feel like sometimes this dude is ruthless.
Yeah.
Sean Shelby.
Did Michael Chandler make a pass at his old lady or something? Like, I don't. I swear.
No, I think it was. I think it was Scott Coker did, and because of that, he's just fucking over all the Bellator fighters.
God.
The only one that's seeming to survive is MVP.
Yeah,
and he had a rough start.
Cannonier coming up.
Speaking of MVP, I shared a clip. I think Dave's going to post it. I sent it to you guys. It actually happened in PFL. There's a dude in there that hit a spinning reverse elbow, and it was so lightning fast it looked like an MVP awkward strike and just reset that guy's wiring completely. That thing was amazing. I believe it's an Oliveira, but Michael Oliveira?
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. Next up at welterweight, it's a banger. We got Jake Matthews and Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. This is gonna be fireworks. Don't blink. Don't go away. Don't go to grab your popcorn right then. Sit your ass on the couch. Watch this fight. I'm going Jake Matthews, but anyone could finish it in this one. I think they're gonna come out and they're gonna be hungry. So look for this one to go down quick. I'm going Jake Matthews. What do you got, Will?
Man, Chitty's the favorite, which is surprising to me because of
it's not surprising to me.
Well, it's the complete MMA game, right? I know
Yeah.
Chitty's got incredible takedown defense. Jake Matthews has really, really good judo. Jake Matthews has really, really good jiu-jitsu. He's a complete grappler. He was a grappling ace for a while. He's fallen in love with the striking. He's got some knockouts, and he's trying to be a banger. Chitty has world-changing power, right? You walk into the path of Chitty and you could just wake up in the back. I mean, anytime I've picked against the odds makers, I've looked like a dingus. So I'm actually going to go ahead and go to the side of Chitty and Jikawani.
That's not a dumb call, man. This is one of those fights that I really feel it's whoever gets the better shot off.
It comes down to the height
cleaner.
for me.
Yeah.
It comes down to the height for me. He's 6'3". Chitty's 6'3". Jake Matthews 5'11". I mean, Chitty
totally
hits so hard.
Yeah. When we were talking about the Vitaly Walker, that's what I was for sure my deciding factor. It was like Vitaly's 6'6". That's crazy. So I totally understand that. What do you got, George, on this one?
Oh man, this is just gonna be a straight up massacre. You got to give dudes their due. Like we bag on people whenever they get slept in the first round, like Hermanson and stuff like that. But I mean, Jesus, sometimes you walk into there and you have to fight things like this, and oh, good lord, yeah, going with the odds makers on that one completely. That's yeah, ain't no money to be made on that unless you could maybe get lucky and figure out exactly what's gonna happen in what round. If you're feeling froggy. I'm not.
All right. So next up is, I feel like, the opposite of that fight. It's about at 170 as well, which is wild. Chris Curtis coming down from middleweight for this fight. It's Chris Curtis versus Max Griffin. This is a tough one for me. I feel like if Chris Curtis was fighting anybody else, I would go against him. Anybody else that's relatively known in the welterweight division,
right?
But going up against Max Griffin, I feel confident Curtis can get to his grappling and do what he does best against Max. The only thing is, can he make the weight? You know. Right. So I'm going Curtis on that one. What do you got, Will?
I'm going Curtis as well, and I don't think so. We've always heard him talk about he fights at 85 because he doesn't want to do a weight cut, right? But he walks around pretty lean. He stays. I know he looks jacked, but he looks jacked 365. Like if you follow him on Instagram, he stays in shape. So the move down to 170 is actually what they've been trying to get him to do, and I'm so excited to see him fight a guy that's going to make it a stand-up fight, who is the same fucking height as him. He's just fought giants at 185 in his last few fights. Just big ass grinding grappler dudes. Yep. Max Payne Griffin is 39 years old. I mean, this is tailor-made for a Chris Curtis win here. His boxing is better than Max Griffin's. The camp he trains out of is better than the camp that Max Griffin trains out of. I mean, his training partners, he's got Sean Strickland, he's got Dominic Reyes, he's got access to Eric Nixick, and he's a dog. He doesn't ever get taken out, right? So, man, he might even get Max out of there early.
Okay. All right. What you got, George?
Man, this is two dudes that love to stand and bang, and it's like they're settling a bar tab with punches instead of cards. Yeah. I think Griffin's got power, but Curtis's boxing is smoother than Tennessee whiskey. So I think Curtis is going to bob and weave his way to the master class, making Griffin look like he's punching air. Griffin might land a bomb, but Curtis's counter game is really tight, kind of like them hipster skinny jeans, you know, like tight. Decision win for me for Curtis, though. I think he'll probably moonwalk out the cage. Max, you got a PhD in rearranging faces, but I don't think you could find him.
Okay. All right. Moving on to the main card. Starting off a bout at 205 or light heavyweight. We have Junior Tafa coming down from heavyweight to fight Tuco Tucos. I'm going with Tafa on this one. I hope to see him in shape at light heavyweight, and if he did the cut right, I think light heavyweights better watch the fuck out because both the Tafa brothers hit like absolute tanks. They don't call him the Juggernaut for nothing.
Yeah.
Right? What you got,
Yep.
Will?
Well, Junior fights normally at light heavyweight. The fights you've seen him at heavyweight in the octagon, he's
Last
taken on
minute.
short notice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a psychopath like that.
Yeah, I
That
know.
hasn't really gone well for him. He needs to just stick to the plan because he is a complete striker.
Heavyweights are big.
He is a K1 champion, guys. I don't know if you know this, but both Tafa brothers have won K1 championships. So he is elite. He's 6'3". Tukos is 6'4". Tuco can bang, and I just think that it's going to come down to footwork. Tuco is a very march him down, come like get to the front of you, stay square with you, and try to throw those nukes at your head. Junior Tafa, he can be slick. He can be so much more slick than he's shown in the octagon. He shows flashes of brilliance when he throws that teep kick, that straight, that long right hand, right? But he just needs to come in there in shape. He needs to put it on Tuco from the start, and I think he can finish Tuco. But this is the game we play, guys. Tuco can put him out as well at any point. Tuco's a seasoned veteran, right? He's 10-5 in MMA. He has absolute nukes in his hands, guys. He can put Junior down. So the key for Junior, like I said, is come out firing, touching him early, staying off the center line, and just being diverse in his strikes. But I'm going to go with Junior Tafa as well.
I like it. What do you got, George?
Man. Tafa's a human wrecking ball, man, and Taco's a guy who thinks he could take a sledgehammer to the face and keep smiling. This one's going to be
Seen him
loud.
do it, though.
This is going to be loud. I think Tafa's going to swing so hard the cage might collapse. Taco's a tough man, but he's about to get TKO faster than you can say hot wings in Nashville. Round 1 finish. Taco celebrating with a double finger point to the crowd.
Ouch.
Yep. Moving on to heavyweight. A lot of weight changing in this one. We have Vitor Petrino going up from light heavyweight to fight Austin Lane at heavyweight. Not a big fan of Austin Lane. Going with Petrino on this one, hoping he gets it done. Tough fight for him. Tough fight anytime you move up, especially when you move up to heavyweight, because the gap is so big there. You got, you're moving up from weighing in at 205, and you got guys that have to cut weight to make the 265 limit. So always a difficult challenge. It's always a difficult challenge when you go up any weight, but going up to heavyweight is a really difficult one. So hopefully he gets it done. We'll see. What do you got, Will?
I think Vitor Petrino is going to run Austin Lane the fuck over. He's got everything against him. Austin Lane does. He started MMA late. I mean, sure, he's got size, but when last time he weighed in at heavyweight was 249 pounds. Vitor Petrino, I don't know if you've seen a picture of this guy. Looks like a Greek god fucking statue.
Yeah.
I'm sure when he was coming down to 205, he was coming from 230 plus, right? So when he steps on that scale, I can't fucking imagine how big that guy's going to be. Austin Lane, what is your path to victory? Striking? You started striking late after a football career, late into your 30s. Vitor Petrino has more experience training for a longer time at a higher level than Austin Lane. And I think it stands to reason that Vitor Petrino is a minus 700 favorite. You're not going to get a hold of Petrino, grab his legs, and wrestle him if you're Austin Lane. Not at all. And if Austin Lane gets anywhere within punching range and decides he wants to exchange long combinations, that's where Petrino is going to find him. Taking Vitor Petrino by finish.
Perfect.
Petrino's on a mission to climb the lane. Lane might have that I'm going to spoil your party energy, but this is heavyweight chaos incoming, man. I think Petrino's going to treat Lane just straight up like a punching bag at a CrossFit gym. Lane might land a jab or two, but Petrino's power is going to send him into the shadow realm by round 2. And Austin, you're about to get Petrino'd. You're going to wake up thinking that you're in a country song, and being in Nashville, somebody might actually write one about it. Jelly Roll might feature on it.
It's true.
That's true.
We did just have who was it? Eminem put a lyric about Sean O'Malley in one of his new songs, I guess. I don't know.
Hard times.
Yep. All right, moving on. Our next bout is a
Oh,
featherweight
it's the
bout.
weekend.
Yes, a featherweight bout between Nate the Train Landwehr and Morgan Charrier, or as George calls him, the Weekend. I'm going with Nate the Train on this one. What you got?
Man, I want Morgan Charrier to win so bad. Not that I don't like Nate the Train. I really do. Morgan Charrier needs a win. But, man, it's hard to pick against Nate's determination and his grit in that wrestling and the pressure that he puts on. I just think that at 37 years old, Nate the Train's coming to an end. I think he's slowing down, and those gears are starting to grind a little bit more than they used to. I mean, he got knocked out by Doho Choi in his last fight. He did knock out Jamal Emmers, lost a decision to Dan Ige. It's not that he's over the hill yet, but man, Morgan Charrier is another one of those people that has so much more to offer us in the octagon than we've yet to see, just like Junior Tafa. He is an absolute superstar in Europe and the UK for a reason. He kicked a lot of guys' asses over there and did it in stylish fashion. I'm going with Morgan Charrier just because I love the guy.
Right. It's clear you love him. We can tell.
Hmm.
Moving on, George, what you got on that one?
Man, Landwehr's the wild man of the division, screaming his way into brawls, but Charrier's got that French flair and that mean left hook. I think Landwehr's going to turn this into a barroom blitz, but Charrier's going to catch him with a slick combo that'll shut down that hype train. TKO in round 3 for Charrier. Landwehr's post-fight interview will still be louder than the fight. Nate's going to scream like a banshee, but Morgan's about to paint him like a French masterpiece. Au revoir, Hoto.
That's French and Spanish.
How you like that?
I did. That was really good.
All right. Another featherweight bout is next. You talk about somebody that needs a fight. We've got Calvin Kattar versus Steve Garcia. Calvin Kattar needs a win. The guy is one in his last 6. Yeah. 1 out of his last 6 he's won. That's on the edge of getting cut right there, you know. But Steve Garcia, on the other hand, is on an absolute tear. It started off with him shutting down our boy Chase Hooper.
And that was hard to watch.
I mean, he's put it on Milky Melquizal, Sung Woo Choi, and Kyle Nelson most recently. So I'm going with Steve the Mean Machine Garcia on this one. I would love to see a little resurgence in Calvin Kattar, but I think this is a bad matchup for him. I think Sean Shelby has it out for him.
Yeah, dude. His resume is wild, bud. I mean, if you look, Yusuf Zalal, Aljamain Sterling, Arnold Allen, Josh Emmett, it gets better. Giga Chikate, and he won that. Giga's a hell of a fighter. He beat him. Obviously, Max Holloway. So it's like, yeah, it's been absolute shit for him lately, right? But he's fighting the cream of the crop, the best guys in the world. Unfortunately, I think Steve Garcia is the next guy in line to be considered as one of those guys who are the top in the world. Steve Garcia's boxing, impeccable. His chin, impeccable. He's Jackson Wink, so he's got the anti-wrestling, and he has really good jiu-jitsu. I mean, it's like a momentum situation, right? Just like the Joshua Van, Brandon Royval. Everybody picked Joshua Van based on the momentum, the hot streak, right? And he's in rhythm. It's the same thing here. Calvin Kattar's going one way. Steve Garcia's going the other way. So, Steve Garcia.
Man, Calvin Kattar's a boxing machine with a chin made of granite facing Garcia, who's got KO power and zero chill. I think Kattar's going to come out and outbox Garcia. I think he's going to just swing for the fences.
It's going to be beautiful to watch.
But I think Kattar's jab is going to have him seeing stars by round 3. Decision or late TKO by Calvin.
Oof.
Sheesh. Nice.
I don't know about that. That's going to be a rough one for him.
That would be a good parlay, Nate Landwehr and Calvin Cater, because they're both underdogs.
Look, if you just parlay those two and Wonder Boy, you know,
No, because that third leg's not hitting. We're gonna get right into that one. Don't do
Shut your
that to
dirty-
yourself. Put
shut
some money
your
in your
dirty-
fucking
look,
pockets.
shut
Don't
your
be
dirty
me.
little mouth. All right.
Don't
Next
do it.
up, we got about at 170, where my boy Stephen Wonderboy Thompson is taking on the new dangerous up and comer Gabriel Bonfim. I hate it. I think Will's right on this. I put Bonfim down. I really, really hope Wonderboy can get the upset on this one. But like we just talked with Calvin Cater, I mean, he's one away from being in the same exact boat. He's 1-5, 1-4 in his last 5. You know, so he's one loss away from being exactly where Kelvin is.
Yep.
It's just rough, you know. He's such a legend. Had an entire kickboxing career before this, where he was he had a crazy record. He was like 80-0 before his first loss in kickboxing, in pro kickboxing.
Yep.
Absolute fucking tank. So I hope he gets it done, but if you're asking me to put money on the table, I'm going Bonfim.
For sure, man. I'm gonna hurt your heart right now because I mean, Wonder Boy, any day, any fight, he could be like, yeah, call it a career. Next week or the following week, we're gonna say goodbye to Dustin Poirier. Conor McGregor, we're probably never gonna see him again. Nate Diaz, we probably won't ever see him in the UFC again. Tony Ferguson, so our guys, bud, it's the hard pill to swallow. They're all leaving. And Stephen Thompson, the only thing I can hope for is this is a slow death. Like it's just a point striking battle all the way to the end and he doesn't take too much damage. Unfortunately, Gabriel Bonfim is a fucking nightmare. He can sub you. He can knock you out. He can do it wherever you want to fight. He can get it done. It's like that.
I'm worried
Tupac
he's gonna.
song. How do you want it? Right. So,
I'm just
27
worried
years
he's
old.
gonna sub him or put him to sleep with the sub.
I would rather see that than have him folded in like a Buckley situation or Anthony Pettis situation.
We don't
again.
mention that. Why are you doing this?
Yeah. So yeah, man, I just think Bonfim's going to kind of be ready for that karate style. He's going to slip and probably get in close and get a hold of him, beat him up on the fence. It's going to be a hard night for us big Wonder Boy fans who, yeah, we're kind of raised by Wonder Boy in there having those banger fights.
Yep, absolutely. I love his fight style. I love everything he's done in his fight career. I really hope he can get a win and come out on top. Maybe this he gets a win, rides off into the sunset.
Yeah,
you know?
Please, dude. Please,
That'd be great.
fuck. Please.
Come on.
Fuck, we want to win one.
Yeah. Look, I'll be happy to be wrong on this if you can win
Right.
for us, Wonder Boy.
Fuck, dude. Shit.
All right. Just because of that, I'm going to go with the fact that Bonfim's aggressive submission hunting style is going to be a nightmare for Wonder Boy's karate wizardry. I'm going to say Wonder Boy point strikes him, stays on the outside, goes out like Barcelos and hits that footwork and pisses this dude off and just stays on the outside. And I think that's what's going to happen. I think he's going to hit him with the leap kick from Karate Kid. He's going to try to sweep the leg, and it ain't going to happen. I mean, I'm wrong. I'm completely wrong on this, but I'm going to say this that Wonder Boy's going to win.
Man,
I need that.
Bonfim,
Thank you.
Bonfim did get knocked out by Nicholas Dalby late in their fight, and if you can get knocked out by Dalby, you can definitely get slept by Wonder Boy. So
Definitely get clapped to sleep by Wonder Boy. Yes.
Come on, baby.
Oh, speaking of clapping to sleep, we got
Fuck.
Mr. My Balls is Hot himself, Derek Lewis, taking on the very dangerous Taliesin Teixeira at heavyweight. Teixeira is 8-0, 7 wins by knockout, 1 win by submission. Knocked out another man on this card in Justin Tafa. But as you said, you know, Tafa not a natural heavyweight. You know who
No.
is a natural heavyweight?
Whew.
The Black Beast, and
Good
he's
job
a
from
big,
Texas.
yeah, he's from Texas. Exactly, the baddest blue belt on the planet. So
Dude.
man, I gotta go with Derek Lewis. He's a problem. What do you got?
I mean, he's a problem, but he's also a problem
I'm
for
getting mean
himself.
mugged because I said something about the baddest blue belt, and there's a blue belt on the couch that I think she wants to strangle me now. She
Look
was
out for
pretty
that
upset
car.
that I didn't say Lacey when saying the baddest blue belt.
You guys live in Georgia, so you're fine.
Yeah, we're nowhere near Texas.
I don't think that Taliesin is going to fucking be anywhere near Derek the whole time. I think he's going to pick and poke and pot shot at him from really far away until Derek does that thing he does where he's way too fucking tired to fight back. And
Invites him in.
I haven't seen Talison's grappling because I haven't needed to. He just folds dudes. So
Yeah.
hopefully
Well-
this is like a Volkov situation where like he gets too close and fucking Lewis puts one on him and that ends it, and we can send him out too. If he's 40, Wonder Boy's 42. I mean, fuck, Landwehr's almost 40. We just need to see all these guys win. We'll parlay it. We'll all cash the money out, and then these guys retire, and everybody's happy.
You know what worries me? Talishin is 6'7".
I know he's so fucking tall.
He's fucking giant, dog.
He knocked out Volkov though, and he's 6'7" or whatever.
Yeah, he was getting his ass beat for 5 rounds.
He
for
was.
4 rounds in like 4 rounds in 4 minutes
Yep.
of the 5th, and then he said,
Yeah, he finally hit him.
Look, that's how I expect this one to go. I expect it to be like 3 rounds of Taliesin just running the pace, keeping distance, avoiding Derek Lewis, and then Derek just throwing one wild one as Taliesin comes in.
Gotcha,
and
bitch.
then taking his pants off. And fucking hot. That's how I see it. I don't know. What do you got, George?
Man, Lewis is 40, but his fists are still registered as lethal weapons in 48. I think Teixeira's got speed and a chip on his shoulder, but he's stepping in the octagon with a guy who KOs people like it's his cardio routine. This one's ending with Lewis landing a bomb in round 2, sending Teixeira to the canvas and the internet into a meme frenzy. Taliesin, you're undefeated, but Derek's about to introduce you to the Black Beast highlight reel. My balls is hot, and so is that knockout.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. So that is our UFC Fight Night Lewis and Teixeira preview. I have one more thing I would like to run through. I don't know if you guys have anything else, but I would like to run through at least the main event results for the PFL this past weekend. We had
All right.
two cards. We had one Friday, one Saturday, and I want to cover the main fights on those. So starting off on Friday, we had Omar El Defre defeating Daniel Miceli at 170 in the first round with a triangle choke. Omar is the welterweight champ currently, I believe, in PFL. So he's moving up to 14-5 after this fight. And we should look forward to seeing more out of him if you are a PFL fan. And then moving on to Saturday, the main event, we had Patrick Hobarara at 170 defeating Danny Roberts via head kick and hammer fist, also in the first round. Danny Roberts, we've seen him fight in the UFC previously. Didn't have that great of a run in the UFC, ran into some absolute problems like Michel Pereira, Jack Della Maddalena, Francisco Trinaldo, some real problems. Mike Perry, Dominic Steele, Nathan Coy, some legit problems in the 170 division. And then now he just ran into a real problem in the PFL 170 division. This man just moved up to 7-0 and he is 6 wins by knockout. So look out for Patrick Habirora.
Yeah, I think that clip that I sent you is from this event too.
Yeah, the elbow that you were talking
Yes.
about. Okay. I'll have to check that one out. I know we've got a couple cards coming up for the UFC. We've got another card coming the following weekend, a big card, and then for the PFL we have another big card coming up next weekend as well.
Yep.
That you guys would
It's
that
in
we would like
the
to cover.
PFL champion. Yeah, I'll just run through the matchups real quick. A lot of recognizable names in the MMA community, especially UFC names. In the lightweight division, the championship fight, we have Makasharip Zayanakov, and Takashi Izumi. In the heavyweight division, it's Corey Anderson and Dennis Goltsov. You should recognize Corey Anderson from the UFC. He's a Bellator veteran as well. In the featherweight division, this is going to be a banger. You got AJ McKee versus Ahmed Magomedov. That is, dude, both those guys can grapple and strike at the highest level of the game. That's going to be a fun one for MMA fans to watch. Next one, Dakota Ditcheva, Sumiko Inabi. And this one's going to be Dakota Ditcheva via fucking murder, however she wants to murder this girl. Then
if you haven't watched Dakota Ditcheva fight, do yourself a favor. She is an absolute savage. Watch her fight.
She is not bashful. She attacks the body. She throws head kicks. She's just vicious.
Yeah. Same with AJ McKee. Put him
absolutely.
on your radar. This is a sneaky, really good card.
It is. PFL. It really is. And the main event, a guy that we've been on for the longest who can't get in the UFC for some fucking reason. I think Dana White knows he's going to clean out his middleweight division.
Yeah.
Johnny Eblin versus Costello Van Stenies. Doesn't matter. Costello's getting that fucking work, and he might get that work fucking early because Johnny Eblin is one of the top 5 middleweights on the face of the earth.
He's
a sneaky good card.
Absolute problem.
If you get a chance, watch that one. That's all I've got.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
one more thing. Shout out to Bill Hoffman, owner of Buck Wild Kickboxing and Buck Wild Gym. He and his wife are going through some difficult times currently. His wife is stage 4 cancer, and he had to cancel an event due to situations at home. So our thoughts and our prayers and everything go out to them. Maybe look up the Buck Wild Facebook page. They got some dope shirts. They got some dope merch. Maybe go buy a few hoodies or whatever and support those guys.
Yeah. All right. Well, I have nothing left. Will, that's it from you. George, do you have anything?
No.
All right. Well, we appreciate you guys spending your time with us. This is the Mixed Martial Idiots podcast. Thank you for joining.
Hell yeah. We're going to lose at Fortnite. You guys have a great night.